Brennan is now missing. She was last seen in Shelby Oaks.
Welcome back to your nerdy show. I'm your host, Spoiler Master. Shelby Oaks is one of those horror films that leave you hollow when the credits roll. It's not just the shocks or the supernatural reveals, it's the weight of tragedy that lingers long after. Directed and written by Stuckmann, the movie is a haunting blend of found footage, psychological horror, and demonic folklore, wrapped inside a story about family trauma and grief. At its heart, Shelby Oaks is about two sisters, Riley and Mia Brennan, and how their lives are consumed by a sinister presence that's been following them since childhood. What begins as a mystery about Riley's disappearance becomes a slow descent into a nightmare that blurs the lines between human evil and demonic influence. And when that ending hits, it's brutal, bleak, and leaves you questioning who really won. Let's break it all down. What happened to Riley Brennan? What the demon Tario really wanted, and the chilling meaning behind Mia's final scream.
And deeply haunted history in the woods of Shelby Oaks.
The mystery of Riley Brennan. The story opens with the legend of the Paranormal Paranoids, a group of young YouTubers who vanished during one of their ghost hunting expeditions in the haunted area of Shelby Oaks. Among them was Riley Brennan, whose disappearance became the focal point of an in-universe documentary. The footage of their last investigation is grainy, chaotic, and ends abruptly, leaving behind a mystery that haunted online forums and Riley's family for years. For Mia, Riley's older sister, this isn't just another case of missing persons, it's personal. She's spent years trying to find out what really happened to her sister, convinced that Riley didn't just vanish but was taken by something or someone. Her obsession with finding Riley slowly consumes her marriage to Robert, strains her sanity, and isolates her completely. Then, years later, something horrific happens.
What's left in Shelby Oaks is death.
The suicide of Wilson Miles. Mia finally catches a break, though it's not the kind anyone wants. A mysterious man named Wilson Miles approaches her, claiming he knows the truth about Riley. But before he can reveal much, Wilson kills himself right in front of her. This moment is shocking, not just for its suddenness, but because it finally gives Mia a tangible lead. Wilson's connection to Riley's disappearance sets her on a path that takes her into darker and darker territory. Mia follows the trail left behind by Wilson. Old addresses, hidden letters, strange symbols, and everything leads back to one person, Wilson's mother, Norma Miles.
My sister isn't the first to go missing.
The house of Norma Miles. When Mia arrives at Norma's isolated home, the movie takes a turn from mystery to full-on horror. The house is cold, cluttered, and filled with disturbing religious and occult imagery. Crucifixes, jars of preserved organs, ritual markings, and most chillingly, a basement door that seems to breathe. This is where Mia discovers the horrifying truth. Riley is alive, but she's been held captive in Norma's basement for over a decade. The scenes that follow are some of the most disturbing in modern horror, not because of what's shown, but because of what's implied. Riley has been chained, tortured, and broken. She barely recognizes her sister. Her mind is fractured, her body scarred, and her spirit almost gone. But there's something even worse.
The last night I saw her, she said she saw a man standing in her.
The demon named Tario. The supernatural presence hinted at throughout the film finally takes shape here. Norma isn't just a deranged woman, she's a devoted servant of a demonic entity named Tario. Tario is not a traditional cinematic demon. It doesn't appear as a horned monster or a shadowy silhouette. Its presence is felt through whispers, hallucinations, and a chilling sense of inevitability. It has stalked the Brennan sisters since childhood, hiding behind Riley's so-called imaginary friend. In flashbacks, we learn that as kids, both Mia and Riley saw something they couldn't explain, a dark figure that promised protection but demanded obedience. Riley was always more connected to it, speaking to it as if it were real. Now, as adults, the entity has come to collect on whatever bond was formed back then.
Where is my sister?
The true horror. What happened to Riley? The real gut punch of Shelby Oaks comes when Mia learns the full extent of what Riley endured. Norma had kept Riley imprisoned and forced her son, Wilson Miles, to repeatedly assault her, all under the influence of the demon, Tario. This wasn't random cruelty, it was ritualistic. Tario wanted a mortal child, a vessel born of violence and fear, to serve as a gateway between its world and ours. That child, Riley's son, is the key to everything. It's a horrifying revelation that reframes the entire story. Riley wasn't just a victim of human evil, she was chosen. And the baby, innocent yet cursed, represents Tario's link to the human world.
You live alone out here?
Mia's rescue mission. Mia manages to save Riley and the baby, escaping from Norma's house in one of the movie's most tense sequences. But the victory is fleeting. Riley is not the sister Mia remembers. She's traumatized, distant, and haunted by visions. She barely speaks. Her eyes are empty, her mind clearly tormented. And then the unthinkable happens. In a quiet moment, Mia walks in to find Riley trying to suffocate her newborn. The baby's cries echo as Riley screams that it's not mine and it's him. She insists that the baby isn't human, that it belongs to Tario. Mia tries to stop her, leading to a desperate struggle. In the chaos, Riley is pushed out a window and falls to her death, only to be torn apart by the hellhounds that had been stalking the sisters since the beginning. It's one of the most devastating moments in the film. Riley, the person whose disappearance fueled the entire story, dies in a moment of utter despair, consumed by forces far beyond her control.
Be afraid. You should be proud of.
The ambiguous power of Tario. The demon Tario is never fully explained, and that's what makes it so terrifying. The film drops hints that Tario feeds on guilt, grief, and the need for love. It's why both sisters are connected to it. Riley's childhood fear made her susceptible. Mia's adult grief and longing for a child made her the perfect replacement. By the end, we realize Tario never wanted Riley forever. It wanted to transfer its influence from one sister to another, using the child as the bridge. This cyclical idea of corruption, of passing down evil through family, is what gives Shelby Oaks its emotional and thematic power.
Today we're taking our first foray into the abandoned town of Shelby Oaks.
The baby and Mia's desire for motherhood. Throughout the film, there are subtle but heartbreaking details about Mia's own life. Early on, it's revealed that she and her husband Robert have struggled with infertility. The empty crib in their home becomes a symbol of everything missing from Mia's life: hope, family, fulfillment. Her obsession with finding Riley isn't just about her sister. It's also about filling that emotional void. When she saves the baby, she unknowingly gives Tario exactly what it wanted: a new mother for its mortal child. This twist reframes the entire ending. The demon didn't lose. It won by manipulating Mia's most human desire, the need to nurture, to protect, to have something of her own. The final scene, evil's victory. In the final moments, Mia is seen alone with the baby. Her sister is dead, her marriage is over, and her mind is fraying. The documentary footage that once told the story of the missing paranormal paranoids fades into something darker. Home video shots of Mia rocking the child, whispering lullabies as shadows crawl on the walls behind her. The baby's eyes glint red for just a moment. Mia stops singing, and then she screams. The ending ends with Tario seemingly embracing her, not physically, but through possession. The imagery mirrors an earlier scene where Norma was shown whispering prayers to the demon, treating it like her divine master. Now, Mia is the new Norma, a corrupted mother bound to a force she cannot control. It's an ending where evil triumphs completely, leaving no room for hope or redemption.
Window, staring at her.
The symbolism behind the horror. Beyond the supernatural surface, Shelby Oaks is loaded with symbolism. The demon Tario isn't just a literal monster. It represents generational trauma and the inescapable cycle of abuse. Riley suffered at the hands of Norma and Wilson, but that darkness didn't die with them. It moved on, infecting Mia through her grief and obsession. The child born of violence becomes a metaphor for inherited evil, the sins of the past manifesting in the next generation. Mia's final embrace of the baby shows how trauma can transform love into something monstrous when manipulated by despair. Even the hellhounds have a symbolic purpose. They act as both protectors and punishers, agents of Tario that ensure no one escapes its will. When they kill Riley, it's not random. It's punishment for defying the entity's plan. The shifting format from mockumentary to reality. One of the most interesting creative choices in Shelby Oaks is how it shifts from mockumentary to traditional narrative filmmaking. The beginning of the movie feels like the Blair Witch Project. Found footage, interviews, online theories, all centered on the disappearance of the paranormal paranoids. But as Mia's investigation deepens, the format changes. The camera becomes more cinematic, the tone darker, the story more personal. This isn't just stylistic flair, it mirrors Mia's descent. She starts as an observer, a seeker of truth, but as she becomes entangled in the supernatural, she loses perspective, and the line between documentation and possession blurs. By the time the film ends, the story is no longer a documentary. It's a manifestation of the demon's influence. The tragedy of Shelby Oaks. At its core, Shelby Oaks is a story of loss, of family, sanity, and identity. Every character is destroyed by what they can't let go of. Riley clings to her childhood fears. Mia clings to her sister and her desire to become a mother. Norma clings to her false sense of divine purpose. The demon never needs to chase them. It simply waits for them to fall apart. That's what makes the ending so devastating. Not the gore, not the horror, but the realization that every act of love in this story has been weaponized against the people who feel it.
Searching for Riley for the last 12 years. I know my sister's not dead.
Our nerdy thoughts. Chris Stuckmann's Shelby Oaks isn't just another horror film about demons and missing people. It's a study of how trauma evolves. It begins as a ghost story and ends as a meditation on grief, abuse, and the cycles that evil creates when it hides behind love. The film's final message is chillingly simple. Evil doesn't always destroy through fear. Sometimes it wins through comfort, by giving you exactly what you think you want. Mia's final scream isn't just terror, it's realization. She's become what she feared most. The baby she saved is the demon's child, and she is now the demon's chosen mother. In the end, Shelby Oaks doesn't give closure or justice. It gives you something much worse. The quiet, suffocating certainty that evil has patience. It doesn't die, it waits, and sometimes it comes home wearing a familiar face.
No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.